going on, guys? My name is Ben Tua, and I'm here to talk about your boy, Adam Smith. Now, who is Adam Smith? Adam Smith is widely regarded and known as the father of economics. Now, what does that mean? He produced this thing called The Wealth of Nations. The Wealth of Nations is composed in 3 parts. We're going to get into that later. But first, let's talk about where he was born, who he was born into. So he was born in 1723, and he was born to the parents of Adam Smith Sr. and Margaret Douglas, and he grew up in a town called Kirkcaldy, not far from Edinburgh, and that's in Scotland, as many of you know. So let's get right into it. So, Adam Smith's education. Adam Smith first started studying at the University of Glasgow. So he got a degree in moral philosophy, but he wanted to study more. So where did he go? He went to the Balliol College in Oxford, and he got further studied on moral philosophy. And his education deeply influenced his thought on ethics, philosophy, and economics. Now after that, he went on to become the chair of moral philosophy, the head chairman of moral philosophy at the University of Glasgow, where he had studied before. And he eventually, what he taught on would be the future of what he taught in his economic thought in The Wealth of Nations is what we're going to learn on in a little bit. So thank you. Hey guys, as we talked about before, Adam Smith's most famous work was The Wealth of Nations. Now what is The Wealth of Nations? The Wealth of Nations was a book composed into 3 parts, but overall it talks about how economies need to grow and how they cannot stay static. Staying static is the worst thing to do, as Adam Smith said. He said that money grows through production, trade, and specialization. And you will see as I go on this video how those 3 things concur in the book, The Wealth of Nations. The first concept that Adam Smith talked about was the invisible hand. Now, the invisible hand was a metaphor described for people starting their own businesses and generating self-interest. Now, what Adam Smith really was portraying, that this actually is society, it benefits society more than it benefits individual person, although that's not their intention. So the intention is to generate wealth through their businesses. For example, if they're gonna start a business, they're gonna generate wealth, but they're also gonna create jobs and create income for other individuals while they produce those products. So that was Adam Smith's first point, the invisible hand. So, the second point is the division of labor. Now, what's the division of labor, you might be asking? Great question. So, division of labor is basically divvying up every person and giving them skills to specifically specialize in one part of the workforce. So that might be, there's a plumber and there's an electrician. They both have specialize in their own respective fields. They shouldn't concur and try to do both because they're not gonna be specialized in those fields. So basically what Adam's point was divvying up the skills so that people specialize on one thing at a time, thus producing a more efficient economy where people can produce businesses and items in the most effective way. So, Adam Smith's last point is the free markets. He argued that for the free market system, it should be based on supply and demand only. Overleaping the government control and getting that out of the way, that would provide more free market and more ability for companies to order goods based on supply and demand. In conclusion, he has influenced economics the way we see them today so much. The way the government sees economics, the way economists see economies, and businesses use the money in the ways they do based on the things that Adam Smith taught in his Wealth of Nations. So we see the impact that he has had still is in resemblance in the things that we have today. So thank you, Adam Smith, for all that you've done for us, and God bless. My name is Ben Tua, and this has been the Famous Economist Project. Thank you very much.